Hey everyone, shout out to my Patreon supporters. If you feel like supporting this channel as well, just head on over to Patreon. If not, that's fine too. And I hope you enjoy this video, and thanks for the support on this channel.
How does it feel, man?
Joey, I've been through a lot. I go through a lot of stuff, man, and it's because of my greatest rival, but it feels good to get back in here and get a victory. You know, I've lost twice to John Jones.
John Jones tested positive for turinabol from a sample the day before your guys' fight, of course, at UFC 214 in July.
You can't fail drug tests. He disqualified himself by taking a steroid before the fight, so it didn't happen. So now I get the belt back, which is the right thing to do. As I came into this fight, I said, I felt as though I was fighting for a vacant title again because he beat me last time. And I fought for a vacant title, and I got the job done, so I'm the UFC champion again. I proved that I am worthy of being called champion.
You made history tonight, Stipe. You became the first man to defend the heavyweight title 3 times in the history of the sport. Congratulations for that. And congratulations for cementing your position as the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world in a very, very tough fight.
Light heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier and heavyweight champ Stipe Miocic. The two will square off in a super fight on July 7th at UFC 226.
I'm fighting the most successful UFC heavyweight champion of all time, the baddest man on the planet.
I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. If it's gonna be knockout, decision, submission, I don't really care. I'm gonna get my hand raised. That's all I'm looking for.
I've lived in these moments since I first started fighting. It's just another fight to me. Saturday I go fight Stipe, great fighter, great champion, but I win again.
Never before has a UFC light heavyweight champion moved up to challenge the active heavyweight champion. That is our reality here and now in Las Vegas tonight. Daniel Cormier trying to leave here with a piece of unprecedented UFC history in this modern era. Stipe Miocic trying to successfully defend this belt for a 4th time. And at long last, the action begins right now.
Nice low kick by Daniel. Stipe has been landing a couple of hard chops. Ooh, big right hand by Daniel.
Like maybe an elbow from Miocic. Nice combination from the jab.
And that's what I'm talking about. Stipe throws combinations. There's not a lot of heavyweights that throw combos like that.
Oh, he stunned him with that jab.
Already been more punches thrown.
Big 1-2 from Cormier.
And then he clinches. Exactly what you gotta do.
Oh, yeah.
He got it done.
Daniel Cormier is the UFC heavyweight champion.
Oh, man, that is history, ladies and gentlemen. You'll never see it again.
One of the greatest of all time. Daniel Cormier. Unprecedented, rarefied air.
Incredible.
Stipe Miocic set a new standard for this division, and Daniel put all of that to bed tonight.
Insane.
I'm a 2-division champion, baby!
And these are going to be happy tears for the new baddest man on the planet, potentially with 2 UFC titles to now defend.
This is crazy, man.
Knocks out the best heavyweight ever in UFC history in the first round decisively.
Daniel Cormier is a champ. That's about as big as it gets.
Well, did
I was like this. Oh, he slapped him.
Things you could never dream of, I'll tell you that much.
This is what the martial arts is all about.
This definitely defines him as one of the greatest fighters of all time.
It's the most amazing thing in the world.
It happened so quick. It's like bing, 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 bing. Like what? It was like the world shifted.
It sucks. Losing's not fun. I mean, losing's not fun at all. I mean, it sucks. I want to come back and rematch, of course. But listen, right now, it's DC's day. Good for him.
Daniel Cormier versus Brock Lesnar. That is the next fight in the heavyweight division.
Should be.
DC, I'm coming for you.
I don't know, I think I'm gonna fight Brock Lesnar.
And then maybe give
That
DC
seems
a
like
shot
a little
after.
better.
All right.
Maybe.
It appears as though Brock Lesnar isn't coming back, and right now, I don't think he's ever coming back.
Is Stipe gonna get another shot at?
He should, huh? The guy becomes the most accomplished heavyweight of all time. Think about the fact that he knocks out Fabricio Verdum to win the title.
That's it. It's all over. Stipe Miocic is the new
He knocks out Alistair Overeem to defend the title.
Big shot! It's all over! Stipe Miocic!
Knocks out Junior Dos Santos.
Down goes Dos Santos!
That's it. Fight's over.
Stipe looking at Overeem to stop it anymore! Stipe Miocic!
Beats Francis when everybody's terrified of Francis.
Stipe Miocic!
Then he gets knocked out
in the first round.
A crazy perfect punch by Daniel Cormier. And you got to go, well, for sure, I'd like to see a rematch. It's like when?
Did you watch the fight on Saturday?
Yeah, I saw a fight. I saw DC won. I beat a guy with a bunch of Instagram followers. Good time with one hand. I offered myself to fight DC on that card, and he said no. They told me no, he was unavailable, and then literally a week later, he was fighting Lewis.
If you're Stipe and you're thinking about it, you can kind of understand why he is the way he is about this, why he would want a rematch so bad. Did it bother you that he said you owed him?
I don't have to really owe anything. I've said that too before. I've said he deserves it.
There's a ton of guys that never defend the belt. They get title shots, rematch. But then I defended it 3 times. I did them a favor and did a super fight and all that stuff. And I don't get a rematch.
You can't just go, well, you owe it to me. I just don't like that I fought again and he still hasn't fought. Just go beat somebody up. Then you can't ignore it.
I want belt back. That's my belt.
So what do you do now?
Get a rematch.
Just dropping his hands and walking towards him with the stand. Look at him. Look at that. No respect.
What's he doing, big dog?
He jumps up and drops you on your back. Stipe is still in this fight. If DC doesn't respect his power, he can get clipped.
Big right from Stipe!
He can't just wade forward and think that Stipe can't hurt him. DC knows he's
Right hand up top! He's hurt. He is down. That's it. Miocic down. Miocic is getting the belt back.
Stipe, I want you to enjoy this. I know it took a long time for you to get this rematch. A lot of people counted you out. It's got to make this all this more sweeter. The heavyweight champion of the world, ladies and gentlemen, Stipe Miocic.
I think I could get a rematch if I wanted to, but it's something I'm gonna have to discuss with my team and my my wife and my kids. My son, little Daniel, just asked me, "Dad, are you retired?" And I said, "Well, I don't know, Pop." And he said, "I said, would it make you upset if I am?" And he said, "No." I try not to make these decisions emotionally because I understand how much it affects everything. So I have to take my time and figure everything out.
You stopped short in the cage at saying this was his last fight. What did he say to you?
I asked him point blank. I was like, in your heart, do you still want to be a professional athlete? He said, I can't answer that right now. Right now, no.
I don't want to see him leave. I still think he's one of the absolute best in the world.
What do you think?
I think he's done.
Yeah.
I do. I think he's... Then again, can DC walk away on a loss?
Regarding fighting again? Because we saw you last time, obviously, in the fight against Stipe. You gave a very emotional interview post-fight.
Yeah.
And you were talking about maybe you will, maybe you won't.
Yeah.
Where are you at this moment?
Very quickly, after I started to come around, the fog started to lift a little bit. The UFC called me and offered me a number of fights, and one of them was a third fight with Stipe, and I said, I do want to do that again. Mm-hmm. I felt like I didn't compete to the best of my ability, and part of that was due to Stipe just fighting a good fight, mm-hmm. But I feel like I could fight better, and I said, yeah, I'll do that. I'll fight Miocic again.
Stipe v. DC, the third. Because Daniel Cormier apparently is back.
Daniel Cormier saying he's going to get back out there and do it one more time.
That fight won't happen until 2020. Stipe has an eye injury.
Did you ever get the eye checked out? Like, did you ever get cleared?
Yeah, I messed up spots.
Stipe is now making Daniel back. I mean, Daniel's getting a little bit antsy here.
I'm telling the champ, come on, champ, sign the contract. Let's go.
Stipe hasn't forgot that Daniel made him sit out. Daniel made him beg.
I mean, it's not like I don't want to fight the guy. I'll fight the guy. Let's lose that bet again. That's fine. Awesome. But like, let me get a full camp in, dude. Just like you want.
It sounds like the engine is revving on the other side.
It's starting like, it sounds like Stipe wants to make me shut up.
This dude wants to fight me in August. He just wants to fight me so he can retire. Good for him. I'm not on his schedule.
You tweet a picture of a contract that you have signed. Literally 12 hours later, Dana White's on First Take announcing that you are fighting Stipe Miocic on August 15th. The fight is done. The trilogy is done. After all these months, it is finally done.
The champ might have been like, it's a go. I'm ready. And so I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to go too. If the champ says he's ready, I'm ready to go.
This time I'm not going to get tired and you're not going to just punch me in the stomach for 5 minutes.
So I came like this and he moved. Turn this way. Wham! And I crushed it. I was like, oh yeah, you're done.
I think I beat him up so bad in the first round that I lost respect for him. Started carrying my hands really low and not fighting the way that I'm known to fight.
Stipe adjusted like any other great fighter, and he went to work on DC's body, and he had success. And then he went upstairs, and then he finished it.
I'm a better fighter than Stipe Miocic. I respect him. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a great role model, but I'm better than him.
Stipe is one of the best heavyweights ever. He's got the most defenses. You know, look at the guys he's beat. Look at the things he's done.
Stipe Miocic remains the heavyweight champion.
Small cage?
If it's in Vegas, yeah.
Undeniable that it's an advantage for Daniel Cormier in this smaller octagon. It's 31.8% smaller. It effectively changes the sport. Without a shadow of a doubt, it favors all grapplers.
There's just less space. There's less ways of creating separation.
It's a smaller octagon, which plays to my benefit, I believe. As the guy that wants to be closer, the guy that wants to wrestle.
I felt like for Stipe, it might actually benefit him that DC doesn't have all of this canvas to work his talent, and that if Stipe can get his back to that fence pretty quickly, that'll maybe prevent some of the obvious takedown situations for Daniel Cormier.
Is he going to be able to use that long reach and that height and that power on the outside and keep DC the away from him? Because he's got a considerable height and reach advantage. Can he stuff those takedowns? Can he keep DC from getting on top of him? If he can do all those things, it can get very interesting.
It could be arguably the biggest heavyweight fight of all time.
When you talk about legacy and heavyweight legacy, it stands to reason that the man who leaves that octagon with the belt is the greatest MMA heavyweight of all time. And the fact that that could all be on the line in one fight is pretty crazy.
It is all over! Daniel Cormier!
Daniel Cormier defends his UFC heavyweight title. A quick night at the office.
It's all